The awakening of Kraken beneath the frozen darkness of the Barents Sea begins with a single, catastrophic error, a malfunction so small it should have gone unnoticed, yet powerful enough to unchain something far beyond human comprehension. For decades, whispers of a classified Soviet-era experiment had circulated among intelligence circles, dismissed as Cold War paranoia and leftover propaganda. But when a Russian deep-sea research station goes silent, the horrific truth resurfaces: the experiment never ended, and neither did the entity it was designed to contain. At the bottom of the ocean, where pressure crushes steel and sunlight has never touched, something ancient stirs. Something colossal. Something hungry. Kraken, once a myth told by sailors to explain vanishing ships, becomes terrifyingly real as seismic sensors across the northern hemisphere record tremors of unknown origin. What begins as a simple investigation by the Russian Navy quickly escalates into a situation spiraling far beyond their control. Submarines vanish without distress signals, surveillance drones return with distorted footage, and entire communication relays blink offline. Panic spreads silently through military command rooms as analysts realize they are not dealing with a mere creature, but a force capable of reshaping the natural hierarchy of the ocean. When the first eyewitness video leaks onto the global internet, a fragment showing a dark, tentacled mass ripping through reinforced hull plating, governments worldwide scramble for answers. Is it a weapon, a natural phenomenon, or something awakened by human arrogance? Intelligence agencies begin pulling classified archives from the Cold War, analyzing old sonar reports, sealed laboratory footage, and forgotten scientific dossiers long buried under secrecy. It becomes clear that Kraken is not the result of a single experiment gone wrong, but a problem decades in the making. As the world watches, military tensions flare. NATO fleets mobilize northward, concerned that Russia has lost control of its own creation. Meanwhile, China dispatches a covert team of marine biologists and special operations units to uncover whether the creature is truly biological or something engineered. The United States launches its most advanced autonomous underwater vehicles to map the region, only to lose contact minutes after deployment. Every nation wants answers, but no one is prepared for what lies beneath. Deep in the Arctic ice, a group of specialists is brought together: oceanographers, ex-military divers, cryptobiologists, and intelligence operatives haunted by secrets they can never reveal. They form an uneasy alliance as they descend into the abyss to uncover how Kraken was awakened, and whether it can be stopped. The deeper they go, the more disturbing the truth becomes. They discover abandoned Soviet laboratories sealed in rusting pressure domes, filled with corrupted logs describing attempts to weaponize biological anomalies found in ocean trenches. Strange runes carved into stone plates hint that the Soviets were not the first to encounter the creature. Ancient civilizations, long lost to myth, may have worshipped or feared something similar. Murals depict a colossal, tentacled entity rising from the sea, accompanied by symbols representing storms, earthquakes, and extinction. Kraken, they realize, is not just an organism, it is a living natural event, a force of destruction that emerges in cycles spanning thousands of years. And humanity has awakened it prematurely. As the investigation team encounters more anomalies, magnetic disturbances, collapsing seafloors, and eerie bioluminescent ecosystems that behave almost symbiotically with the creature, they begin to understand that Kraken is reshaping the ocean around it. It is not merely awakening. It is preparing. Meanwhile, the Russian Navy faces its biggest dilemma: whether to publicly admit the crisis or attempt a last-ditch containment effort alone. When a nuclear submarine tasked with intercepting the creature disappears without a trace, Russia is forced to reveal the truth to the world. What follows is a global emergency unlike anything Earth has ever seen. Nations unite under a hybrid military-scientific coalition, deploying underwater fortresses, experimental weapons, and deep-sea exploration units to track the creature. But every time they approach, Kraken adapts. Its intelligence is far beyond that of an animal. It learns, it anticipates, and it retaliates. The film's extended trailer delivers breathtaking shots of underwater catastrophe: massive tentacles tearing through metal structures, colossal waves crashing against Arctic ice shelves, and submarines racing through narrow trenches illuminated only by emergency red lights. We see scientists debating ancient mythological texts alongside classified Cold War footage. We hear desperate distress calls from crews trapped leagues below the surface. And we witness the creature's immense silhouette moving through the deep like a living shadow, dwarfing mountains, bending currents, and warping sonar signals. But the trailer doesn't just rely on spectacle, it builds tension through mystery. Who first discovered the creature? What secrets were buried by governments determined to hide their experiments? And most importantly, can something this old and powerful truly be stopped? As the narrative intensifies, the global coalition devises a daring strategy. Rather than kill Kraken, which appears nearly indestructible, they must lure it into a dormant state. But to do that, they need to understand its biology, psychology, and evolutionary purpose. This mission leads them into a super-deep trench believed to be the creature's original nesting ground. The trench radiates unnatural heat signatures, swirling energy patterns, and strange geometric formations that defy known science. It becomes clear that the creature may not be merely biological, it may be connected to the planet itself, functioning like an ancient regulator of Earth's deepest ecosystems. The team's descent becomes a heart-pounding centerpiece of the story. They navigate collapsed habitats, avoid biomechanical traps created by the ocean floor, and uncover evidence of previous civilizations that perished attempting to control or coexist with the entity. As the pieces come together, the final truth emerges. The experiment that awakened Kraken was not the first human attempt to understand it, but it may be the last chance to stop it. The climax builds as Kraken rises toward the surface, triggered by increasing human disturbance and geopolitical conflict above. Satellites capture a massive whirlpool forming in the Arctic Ocean, threatening to unleash megastorms capable of altering global climate patterns. The coalition must act fast, not to destroy the creature, but to convince it to return to its ancient slumber. This requires a level of cooperation, sacrifice, and bravery few characters are prepared for. As explosions light up the icy skies and entire fleets engage in a desperate defensive line, the world watches in fear, unsure whether humanity's technology can match the raw power of nature's oldest apex predator. The trailer hints at massive confrontation scenes, frozen shorelines cracking apart, aircraft carriers struggling against monstrous waves, and deep-sea drones diving into the abyss to deliver a final, high-risk device that mimics the creature's primordial environment. The emotional core of the story shines through the characters. A scientist grappling with the guilt of her father's involvement in the original experiment, a submarine captain haunted by the loss of his crew, a historian who believes the creature is a message rather than a monster, and a Russian intelligence officer torn between national duty and global survival. Their personal struggles merge into a single mission, understanding Kraken before it understands them. The trailer's final moments tease a breathtaking shot of the creature breaking the surface beneath a storm-filled sky, lightning illuminating its towering form. Its roar shakes the ocean, and the world stands on the edge of either extinction or miraculous survival. Then the screen cuts to black, leaving viewers desperate for answers and eagerly anticipating the full film. Kraken promises a blend of deep-sea horror, high-stakes geopolitical drama, and ancient mythological mystery, wrapped in stunning 4K visuals and a scale rarely seen in modern sci-fi cinema. It delivers not just a monster movie, but a global thriller that asks difficult questions about humanity's relationship with the unknown. The film taps into our deepest fear, not of the monster itself, but of what lies beneath our own arrogance, our secrets, and our fragile place in nature. With cutting-edge CGI, an emotionally charged cast, and a storyline that bridges myth, science, and political tension, Kraken stands poised to become one of the biggest sci-fi releases of 2026. It is vast, it is terrifying, it is unforgettable, and it serves as a reminder that the ocean still holds mysteries we are not prepared to face. As fans thank the creators, cast, and supporters who helped bring this massive vision to life, the film stands as a testament to creativity and cinematic ambition. And with the extended trailer now released, audiences around the world are already preparing themselves for a deep-sea adventure unlike anything they have seen before.